In the picturesque town of Boulder, Colorado, known for its stunning mountain views and vibrant community, a girl named Mia found solace in sharing her life on social media. Mia was a typical 20-something, navigating the ups and downs of adulthood while working at a local coffee shop. She loved capturing moments of her daily life, from the sunrise over the Flatirons to the laughter shared with friends at the cafe. One evening, after a long shift, Mia decided to post a video on TikTok. She had noticed something peculiar that day. A dark, shadowy figure seemed to follow her from work to her apartment. At first, she brushed it off as fatigue or an overactive imagination, but the feeling of being watched lingered as she walked home. In her video, she jokingly remarked about the creepy shadow that followed her, not expecting anyone to take it seriously. But as she edited the video, she noticed something unsettling. In the background, a faint silhouette appeared, barely visible but undeniably there. Mia felt a chill run down her spine, and her heart raced. She decided to go live, hoping to get some feedback from her followers. "Hey guys, so I think I'm being followed by a shadow," she said, laughing nervously. "I'm gonna walk home and see if it's still there. Let's find out together." As she walked the familiar streets, her viewers commented, sharing their thoughts and asking questions. Some laughed, while others expressed concern. "It's just your imagination," a friend commented. But as Mia continued to walk, the shadow became more pronounced. Viewers began to notice it too, their comments flooding in. "It's right behind you," one exclaimed, while another said, "What is that?" Mia's laughter turned into nervousness as she walked faster, glancing over her shoulder. "Guys, this is getting weird," she said, her voice shaky. "I'm almost home." Just as she reached her apartment building, the livestream ended, leaving her followers buzzing with unease. In the days that followed, Mia's videos became increasingly popular. She continued to livestream her walks home, each time the shadow growing clearer and more defined. Her followers became invested, eagerly awaiting her daily updates. "I can see it," someone commented during one of her streams. "It's like it's getting closer." Mia felt a mix of exhilaration and fear. She had never imagined that a simple post would lead to such a phenomenon. The shadow seemed to have a life of its own, appearing more tangible with each passing day. It loomed behind her, a dark figure that brought an unsettling energy to her once ordinary routine. One night, while walking home, Mia noticed the shadow had transformed. It no longer blended into the darkness, it seemed to move with intent. She stopped midstream, her heart pounding. "Guys, it's different tonight," she whispered, glancing nervously over her shoulder. The shape now appeared to have features, an outline that hinted at something more sinister. "Get inside," her friends urged in the comments. "You need to be careful." Mia's anxiety grew, but she couldn't tear herself away from the fascination of it all. She kept streaming, even as the shadow crept closer, almost as if it were feeding off her fear. I'm fine," she insisted, though her voice trembled. But that night, something shifted. As she reached her apartment, the door swung open, and the shadow seemed to ripple and expand, engulfing her in darkness. Mia's heart raced as she stepped inside, the last glimpse of her shadow flickering ominously behind her. The livestream abruptly cut off, leaving her viewers in stunned silence. Comments flooded in, filled with confusion and concern. Where did she go? Is she okay? But no one had any answers. When Mia failed to post the next day, her followers grew worried. Friends began to call her phone, but there was no answer. After 2 days of silence, one of her closest friends, Sarah, decided to take action. She reported Mia missing to the local authorities, explaining the bizarre situation surrounding the shadow. The police launched a search, interviewing Mia's friends and reviewing her social media activity. They quickly discovered her TikTok account, where the videos showcased her growing obsession with the shadow. Detective Harris took a particular interest in the case, intrigued by the online phenomenon that seemed to coincide with Mia's disappearance. While searching Mia's apartment, officers found her phone lying on the kitchen counter, still connected to the last livestream. Detective Harris picked it up, the screen displaying the final moments of her broadcast. The video showed Mia walking, her shadow trailing behind her, but it was no longer just a silhouette. The shadow appeared to look up at the camera, its features more distinct, almost as if it were smiling. "Can you believe this?" one officer murmured, glancing at Detective Harris. "What the hell happened to her?" The investigation intensified as they delved into Mia's life, seeking any clues that might lead to her whereabouts. They reached out to her followers, hoping someone might have seen something unusual. As they scoured the area she frequented, whispers of paranormal activity began to surface, fueling speculation. Meanwhile, Mia's friends launched a social media campaign to find her, sharing her story and urging people to come forward with any information. The hashtag Find Mia quickly gained traction, garnering attention from local news stations and online communities. But as the days turned into weeks, hope began to dwindle. The search for Mia seemed to lead to dead ends, and frustration mounted among her friends and family. Just when it seemed the case would fade into obscurity, a breakthrough occurred. One day, during a routine search of a nearby park, officers stumbled upon something chilling. Hidden beneath a grove of trees, they discovered Mia's backpack, filled with her belongings. The officers' hearts sank as they examined the area, hoping to find any sign of her. As they searched, one officer noticed something strange, a deep impression in the ground, as if something heavy had been dragged across the grass. They followed the trail until it led to a small clearing, where the air felt thick with unease. In the middle of the clearing lay a discarded phone, its screen cracked but still functional. Detective Harris picked it up, and as he turned it on, the last video Mia recorded began to play. The footage was shaky, the camera aimed at the ground as she walked. Then, it suddenly tilted up, revealing her face, filled with a mix of fear and realization. Behind her, the shadow loomed larger than ever, its features now unmistakable. It seemed to grin, a wide, unsettling smile that sent chills down Harris's spine. The video ended abruptly, leaving only silence in its wake. The officers exchanged horrified glances, the implications of the footage sinking in. They had come to believe that Mia was somehow connected to the shadow, that it had drawn her in and twisted her reality. But what did it mean for her fate? With the haunting video in hand, the investigation took a turn into the realm of the supernatural. Detective Harris, along with Mia's friends, began to explore the history of the shadow, uncovering tales of others who had encountered similar entities, only to vanish without a trace. Each story echoed the same chilling warning: once you see it, it never leaves. As news of Mia's case spread, the online community rallied around her story, sharing the video and warning others to be vigilant. The hashtag Find Mia transformed into a movement, shedding light on the dangers that lurked in the shadows. Though Mia remained missing, her story lived on, a cautionary tale of the darkness that can follow the unwary. The last review on her TikTok account simply stated, "Don't go to sleep." And as the days turned into nights in Boulder, the shadow continued to roam the streets, waiting for its next unsuspecting victim, forever tied to the girl who vanished into the unknown.